Hello, this is Mr. Shawn, and I'd like to welcome Hannah from the Bible to my home studio. Thank you, Mr. Shawn. I'm really happy to be here because otherwise I'd have just been stuck doing chores anyway, so I was really happy to get out of the house. Well, thank you for being here, Hannah. This month we're talking about patience. Can you please tell us your story and how patience is involved in that? Sure, Mr. Shawn, I can tell you my story. There was a time in my life that I was really sad. You know, I had a husband, Elkanah, that I loved very much. But as much as we loved each other, I was not able to give him any children. And that made me very sad. And you know what? People even teased me. There was even this one woman that teased me. She teased me so bad that I cried all the time. Wow, it sounds like she was really mean. She was so mean, we thought that we would see if we could find her and talk to her. Take a look at this. This is what she said when we talked to her.
Yeah, I know Hannah. She was always looking ratchet. She always moping. She all sad and stuff. So we make fun of her. We say, ha, look at her.
Wow, that's really harsh. Can you tell me why you treated her that way?
We made fun of that girl because she didn't have no babies. She couldn't have babies. Everybody's got babies. What was she doing? She couldn't have none. So we just laughed at her and pointed.
Wow. You know what? You are probably one of the most rude and most obnoxious people that we've ever had on the Mr. Shawn Show.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, Mr. Shawn, that was her. She was so mean to me. But you know what? It was okay because God was already working on my behalf. Wow, that was really mean, but that can't be the end of the story. Can you tell us what happened next? Yes, see, every year, me and my husband would go up to Shiloh and see the priest, and we would offer sacrifices and we would pray and stuff. And you know, this one year, after going back every year, this one year, and I was so sad, I couldn't even eat or anything, and I was just crying, and I was there, and I just laid out before God, and I just told him everything that was on my mind about how sad I was and how bad I wanted a child and how much I wanted a son, really. And you know what? I even promised him that if he gave me a son, that I would give him back to him to serve in the temple for all of his life. Wow, that is really a touching story. Is that it? Is that what had happened? Is there anything else? Well, the priest Eli, he heard me and he saw me and he asked me what was going on, and I told him everything about how I prayed to God and even about the promise that I had made to give him my son. And you know, the priest, he assured me that God had heard my prayer. So when I went back home, I wasn't sad anymore. I didn't cry anymore. And even though the people still teased me, you know, I ate and I was happy because I knew that the priest had told me God had heard my prayer. And soon after that, I did have a son. And I named him Samuel, which means God has heard. Mr. Shawn, that wasn't the end of the story. You know, as soon as Samuel was old enough, I did exactly what I told God would do. I took him and I left him with Eli, the priest, to serve in the temple. But you know what? I was fine because I knew God had heard my prayer. And you know, when I went back home, me and my husband were blessed with more children. And God heard me and nobody ever teased me again. And I learned that when I thought I couldn't wait, I just told God what I needed and everything was okay. We really want to thank you again for being here. And we'll make sure we send you a copy. And you know, we have some great parting gifts for you appearing on the Mr. Shawn Show. We really, really want to thank you, Hannah. And thank you for sharing your story. Well, thank you, Mr. Shawn. I was so happy to be on your show. But you know what? Elkanah will be home from work soon, and he'll be expecting his dinner, so I better get back to my chores.